right.
I don't know what's better.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to this week's Monday Moment. I'm coming to you live here from the basement of the theater, and we're talking about something that's happening down here. Something unusual is up down here in the basement. I am joined this week by Lizzie Pegler, who is our temporary costume hire for us this week. For a couple of weeks here. Let's step
Into the light.
into the light a little bit, maybe. That's spooky.
It's a little spooky.
Let's step out of the light. But before we get going, we have a trivia question that we are asking. For those of you who are watching live, guess how many pairs of shoes there are in the community player's basement. We now know the exact answer to that, thanks to our special guest this week. So put your answers in the comments, and whoever answers correctly, they will get I will give you a community player's water bottle.
Okay.
There we go. So free community player's water bottle if you guess correctly the number of pairs of shoes in the CP basement. If you are watching this not live, sorry, you can't participate. Anyway, Lizzie, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Okay. Hi, I'm Lizzie. I know Jamie and subsequently community players because I went to Doane and Jamie taught my theater management class. And I'm actually now getting my master's in arts leadership and management through Wichita State University, which is really exciting. And I have professional theater experience in costumes, so that's why I'm helping here. I worked at a theater in Rhode Island, which I'm actually going back to at the end of this week. I'm moving back to Rhode Island, but right now I'm here and I'm helping do costume inventory, which I'm going to show you what that is like.
Yeah. And so, just quickly, getting your master's in arts management, that was inspired, of course, by the riveting course that you took from me at Doane, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. You were like in my second class up at Doane teaching that, and I still use one of your projects as an example. Handout. I was like, here, this is what this should look like.
It's so funny. No, I did. I loved that class. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. But we're not here to praise my prowess as an instructor. But so let's talk about what you're doing for us for these couple of weeks down here in the basement.
So we have this really cool inventory system now.
I'm gonna flip the camera around.
Yeah, that might be.
There we go.
And so, I don't know if you can see it on here, but basically we input information, I describe it, we put any details, if we have the size is what I've been doing, the condition it's in, the category I'm working in is costumes, but there's categories for props and scenery and lights and all that jazz. It comes up with a unique ID and it creates a QR code so you can eventually someday tag each item and use them for rentals and everything, which is really cool. And then you can put the location. So I started with the shoes, which is why we know how many shoes there are. And I don't know if you can see if we want to go that way.
Oh yeah, let's just take this will be a little hint.
We'll take a little field trip over here. So I started with the shoes thinking it'll be fine. It won't be too bad. It
doesn't look like a lot of shoes.
2.5 days just to do the shoes. As you can see, there are lots and lots of shoes, and every single one got a picture, they got info about them.
Yeah.
And now they're in our system.
Yeah. And once again, I'm going to remind everyone watching live, guess how many pairs of shoes there are. So far, no one has ventured any guesses on the live stream here, so.
But then I started here with rack A. I did finish the top. I'm now on the bottom of rack A. This is my 6th day. I'm at 60 hours so far, and I'm in the middle of A. So as you can tell, it's a process. It's a process, but it's been a lot of fun, and it's so cool. I love just getting to look at everything, and there's a lot of really, really cool stuff so far that I have found. And like I said, we're just at the beginning, so it is really exciting. But yeah, so what I do is I have this tiny little rack that I take back and forth with me. So I fill it up with costumes. Right now I'm on kids' vests. And there are 70 kids' vests. It's way more than I thought there would be when I put them all onto this rack. And so I start on the computer, I type up all the information, and then I'm at the stage now where I set up my little light and my backdrop, and then I take pictures of each of them. And we do that with every single item in all of costumes.
Yeah, which is why you started with rack A,
Yes.
right there, and we're just gonna slowly pan.
Yeah, I numbered them, or I lettered them, and I walked around and took some notes, because I'm not super familiar with this stock per se, but I believe it goes all the way to N. And that's not counting, like, the shelves, the back, all the shoes, all the end caps, all that, yeah.
Yeah.
There are lots and lots and lots of costumes, which is so great, but
Yeah.
definitely a process.
So you're telling me that you won't be done by the end of the week when your contract
Right.
ends with us.
Right. Woo! Yeah. I did think I would get farther, but, you know.
Yeah, it's a
Once
lot
you
of
start,
stuff.
it's like, wow, okay, no, it's, you know, you just gotta go piece by piece.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that you are doing is kind of setting up the system,
Yes.
so that we can in the future continue on with this when we get a new costume librarian hired, and also we can have like a volunteer work day,
Yes.
and you know, kind of work on this
Definitely.
once this system is established.
Definitely.
So I'm going to once again last call for guesses on how many shoes we have in the CP costume inventory. No one has ventured any guesses yet. I think everyone's afraid to guess how many pairs of shoes we have in costumes. So last call. Anyone want to put a guess in there? No one? Oh, no one is brave enough. All right, so Lizzie, drum roll. How many pairs of shoes did you inventory last week?
450 pairs of shoes.
450. Oh, we got a guess of 600.
Close. That was close.
You were close, Michael. 450 pairs of
450
shoes
pairs.
in our inventory. Oh, now people are guessing. We've already said the number. But yeah. So. Yeah, well, Lizzie, thank you for
absolutely.
being with us. We hired you to come in for 2 weeks to start working on this, to kind of fill in the gap between when you were at Brownville and going back to Rhode Island.
Yep.
Wish we could keep you on full time.
Right.
And she's like, it's going to take me a year
It would take-
to get through all of these costumes. But yeah, no, really appreciate your work and what you've been doing for us, and just getting it all started and kind of figuring out what we got.
Yeah,
So
it's been a lot of fun.
all right.
Happy to do it.
All right. Before we wrap up this week's Sunday Moment, just want to mention a couple of things. One is that this Wednesday is auditions for the fall acting up production of Forest Paths, a Tyler Riney original play. So if you are in grades 5 through 8, you shouldn't be watching this live right now. You should be in class. But if your parents are watching, you should get signed up for those auditions. Information is on our website. Also, we will just mention that coming up this Saturday, our board of directors is having our annual planning retreat. So that's going on. Mamma Mia, you know, that little chestnut that no one's ever heard of. Mamma Mia rehearsals are ongoing. The box office opened today for subscribers to begin purchasing tickets for the show. We are knee deep in choreography right now for Mamma Mia. It's going crazy. Our choreographer, Kaylee, your new choreographer for us, and boy, she is putting them through their paces. But it's going to be amazing choreography with that show. And also, because, you know, sleep, who needs it? Coming up this Sunday, we are auditioning our next regular season show as well. Popcorn Falls, a hilarious two-man comedy. We're going to have auditions for that Sunday at 6, and then for the next 2 days by appointment only. But if you want to just come in for the call, for the audition call Sunday starting at 6, you can sign up. Information's on our website, or you can also just sign up to make an appointment to audition on either Monday or Tuesday. So we're just casting 2 men in that play, Popcorn Falls, brand new show. I think we're one of the first places in the area to do it. And it's a hilarious show about a small town that tries to save itself by putting on a play. So, so much going on. But once again, thank you, Lizzie, for working on the costume inventory. And then once again, we've got a lot of late people joining the live stream here. How many pairs of shoes did we find out we have in the costume library last week?
450 pairs of shoes. 450
pairs of shoes, and not a single one of them will fit the actor when we need them.
Right.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week. We'll see you next week.